Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at the market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. This is going to be for Monday, November 11th, 2013. Not a whole lot of signals on the NASDAQ side of the market here today. As you can see, we've got a couple on the buy side, one on the sell side, but really not amounting too much. Sign is quite a bit weaker today. That one is sporting a differential buy signal. This one does have a volume bump, and it's very weak today, 2.5% below the day's close. Qual Company and a camouflage sell signal off of a volume bump. Juniper and First Solar both have open close deviations and are going to be putting up very, very strong candles on the daily chart. Moving on to the financials. Really strong day from the financials. They were strong out of the chute. You can see the big preponderance here of open close deviations, but we don't have any buy signals to support this. Do have a couple of differential sells, the NYX and the ICE, supporting those, and there are a couple of volume bumps here, so it's definitely some energy that hopefully will follow through over into early next week for us to work with. As far as the energy patch goes, Arch Coal 4% above the day's open. BP's got a camouflage buy signal, but everything else doesn't really have anything too extreme. Rig having a very strong day, 2% above the day's open, but this one's on fairly light volume. Looking at the generals, just maybe a touch here to the buy side, about 4-1 here. Best Buy's got an open close deviation, a couple of volume bumps here. We got one in Deere and one in Disney. Disney big Dow stocks 2% above the day's open, so that's going to be posting a very large positive candle on the daily chart. Housing names, DHI is pretty weak today, 1.5% below the day's open, on much better than typical volume. And most of the housing stocks are actually fairly weak, even though the market is strong. They're having a little bit of trouble with the bump up in rates today. Transportation is not really seeing too much here. FDX is fairly strong, but it's on light volume. You can see we've got a VWAP volume deviation in the entire category. And finally on to the commodities, these are better to buy. Barrick Gold, Silver, Wheaton have camouflage buys. Mosaic, which is an agricultural stock, 2.5% above the day's open, sporting an upside CPS, so that should be on the list for Monday. Monsanto, 3% above the day's open on good volume, but no signal with that one. All right, folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.